Hello flight simmers, welcome back to the channel everyone, and welcome back to P3D. Yes, we are finally back in Lockheed Martin P3D with this beautiful 777 freighter. And I've done a bit of Microsoft Flight Sim flying recently with the release of the PMDG 737 and the Phoenix A320, of course. So I've been basically not using P3D for a couple of weeks now, but now I'm very glad to finally be back with some serious heavy flying. I was about to say long haul flying, but to be fair, today we are not on a crazy long route, just flying from Leipzig, which is in Germany, over to Bahrain. So I think it's about a 5-hour flight only, which of course, considering the capabilities of a 777, is really not a long route, but it is a heavy aircraft, of course, so I'm very much looking forward to that. And also finally we are flying AeroLogic, which I know many of you guys want to see since a long time, and a special shout out goes out to Christian, who has especially him, he has been asking me to do AeroLogic operations for a while now, and here we are finally. I've always wanted to do some AeroLogic flying. I haven't had the Leipzig scenery since a long time, only bought it quite recently, and I think it's a nice one, and of course the aircraft looks stunning. I mean, we can have a quick look around. Looks absolutely tremendous sitting here on the apron in Leipzig. And we are flying offline today. It is because otherwise it would have been a bit empty. And so we get a bit of action here, at least on the airfields, although I can see that the GSX parking is messed up a little bit. Some aircrafts overlapping there, also over there on the left-hand side. But other than that, we are in good company. There's another AeroLogic 777 back there. It is early evening time here in Leipzig, and then I guess we will fly into nighttime quite soon after departure, and then it's going to be nighttime landing over at Bahrain. And I think it's going to be a cool flight. I'm not quite sure if this will sort of end up in a full-blown world cargo tour with this aircraft. It might at some point in time. I don't know yet. But let's kick off on this first rule anyways. And I think GSX is quite close to finishing the loading already. So let's jump into the flight deck and get to it. Alright, here we are, and I'm just seeing, even on the AI traffic, they have windmilling on the engines. That's quite cool. I didn't expect that. That looks quite nice. Okay, a little bit of a shadow flickering going on out there. I hope it's not too disturbing for you guys. I've done the D-link, so all our information is in here. We can see estimated time en route is 4 hours 52 minutes. So let's call it a 5-hour flight. I've loaded in the route. Actually, I've not loaded in. It's just the request is in here. So now we can go ahead and finish the request, I think, like that. And this will load in a few seconds. Fuel, of course, not a lot, 33% only on this flight. But payload, we are fairly heavy. Load level of pretty much 95%. So this is giving us a nice heavy takeoff weight after all. Okay, now we can load in the route, and then we can complete all the other FMC preparations as well. Okay, there it is. Now we have 5 pages. Yes, everything in here. It's going to be Dresden departure. That's the Delta Romeo November VOR. That's Dresden. Okay, let's activate this. Then over to performance in it. Let's accept this, and then we can finish 242.8. Yes, wind as well. I will get to that in a second. And let's see what SimBrief is giving us today. Yeah, initial cruise level 330. That's fine. Cost index 85. SimBrief is giving me 151 even. Let's go with the SimBrief one. Nice high cost index. Step climbs, yes, we can do. Reserves, alternate seems to be Dammam. if I'm not mistaken, and that's gonna be 7.8. Let's round it up, say 7.9 to be on the safe side. Alternate is 33 minutes away. Okay, that's looking good. Yeah, then we can basically start to look at the departure and also the weather, of course. Let's pull it up together. I've decided to take the historical weather for the real sort of flight operations. Yeah, this flight took place on the 5th of June, so that's what we are having here as well. So let's see, wind 150 at 11. Okay, so that's going to be departure towards the east. 25 degrees, nice and warm here at the moment, 1013. Okay, that's nice and fair weather. And so let's pull up some charts. All right, so here are the charts, and yeah, departure towards the east. We are sitting down here at the cargo apron. It's a pretty huge airfield in terms of size, I believe. This runway is really far out. Anyhow, we will depart runway 08 right then. I think we can take full length. We can taxi all the way down there. And then it's gonna be the Dresden, I think it's the 1 Echo. Yeah, that's the 1 Echo. So initial heading 083 to 2800 or above. Then right hand turn on the 299 radial into Dresden. And then there's also an RNAV overlay chart, which we can use as well. And I think, yeah, it makes more sense. I'm always a bit unsure, but I think if our aircraft is RNAV capable, then we should use the RNAV departure. So Dresden 1 Echo is going to be the departure. And now to avoid all this pinging, I will go ahead and close all the doors just like that. Okay, 08 right, and there's only the 1 Echo available even, and that makes the selection quite a bit easier, but that's perfect. So 2800, and then no further constraints down there. Let's see, this should be accurate. Yeah, 2800, and then the right hand turn, perfect. Looking good. So that's that arrival we will do later on. Although I very much expect the ILS into 30 right, which I believe is the most common approach. So let's just execute it, and then I can update the arrival later on. That's fine. Transition altitude should be on the charts somewhere. 5,000. Like that, and yeah, then the winds, of course, and then we just need to finish the performance calculations, and then we are pretty much good to go. Let's see, progress 11.1 fuel for arrival at this point. That's good. Let's go also ahead and fire up the APU. Okay, and then performance. So let's go copy FMC data. Then we have conditions are dry, wind once again. I forgot. Where is it? There, active sky weather request for Leipzig 150 at 11, 25 1013. Let's go takeoff, flap optimum, air compacts auto, anti-ice, engine wing anti-ice also on auto. Takeoff weight 291.6, that should be accurate. Calculate. Actually, to be sure, I see that the center of gravity is not entered. Let's find this out. Maybe we can make it even more accurate. So takeoff center of gravity 26.4. And takeoff weight, well, cross weight is 291.6. Yeah, okay, we can leave it there. That's all. Sort of gives us even bit of a buffer. Okay, flap 5. Trim 5.5, selected temperature 51, giving us 93.7% N1, and speeds 164, 68, 70. Quite high speeds, considering we are only on a 5-hour flight. Okay, so thrust 51, giving us 94, 93.7. I think that's due to the PEX not being on at the moment. .7, now it's accurate. And wind once again was 150 at 11. Outside air temperature is 25. 1500. I think it's okay for this departure. Noise abatement procedure, the standard one, and then flaps 5, center of gravity 26. 164, 68, 70. That's spot on. 170. That's coming in here. Heading again. I keep forgetting these things which I already looked up. Is 083. And initial altitude, I'm assuming it's 5,000. I know it's 7. Flight level 70. Let's put this in here, although anyway, flying offline. LNAV, VNAV, and then we can enter some fix, since it is a RNAV overlay. We can also back it up, so that's going to be Dresden. Or we can enter it in the RedNav as well, I believe. DRN is in here. And so the course is gonna be 119. Okay, Dresden 119. I'm a bit unsure if that's correctly. Yeah, to be true, I'm not quite sure if that's correct, but anyway. I think we will see when we get a better lineup with the runway. But it should be correct. I mean, course 119 into Dresden. Yeah. I think it should be all good. Okay, then we can continue with the setup. Arm all the doors. Then also we need to run some checklists, of course, in a second. Let's test the oxygen. That's good. So oxygen is tested 100%. Flight instruments 262, altimeters 1013, 1013, 1013. Parking brake is set. Pre-flight checklist completed. Okay, let's see if the doors are all closed and armed. These are armed. Yeah, I think that makes sense. I guess the cargo doors don't get armed as such. Okay, that's looking good. And then let's see, we have the APU running, which is good. So we can kill the external power, or disconnect the external power rather. Then we will put some hydraulics. I don't believe we have fuel in the center tank. Let's confirm, yes. And that is correct. And then the electric pumps and the other demand pumps. Seatbelts are coming to on, fuel pumps are on, seatbelts are on, beacons are on. And the air conditioning panel is looking good as well. Okay, before start checklist. MCP is set. We have V2 170, heading 083, altitude 7000, or flight level 70 rather. Takeoff speeds are done. Let's pull them up here. 164, 168, 170. Trim is 5.5, so we need to trim it up a bit. This should be 5.5, and then we have rudder and aileron trim is 0. That's good. Taxi and takeoff briefing. Yeah, basically completed. Good. Let's check from the outside while we are seeing a nice A330 departure. Beautiful. Okay, okay, we still have the air conditioning connected and the GPU as well, so we will get rid of those and then we are good to rock and roll. Alright, off we go. And so let's fire up those beautiful engines. Now I have to rethink again. It's always so funny when I keep flying different airliners in the simulators. I always get confused, especially about the engine start. But if I remember correctly, here in the 777, it's super straightforward. Just start and fuel as well as at the same time, and this should do the trick. Very good. Starting number 1.
Set parking brake.
Yeah, I think it will be a bit of a taxi down there. Yeah, so we basically have to cover the full runway. Let's get out on
Unlocking gear.
yeah, maybe down on Victor, then right turn, then down on Tango all the way.
Tow truck
Yeah, that should work.
Pipe has been removed.
Okay, starter cut out. Looks like we have 2 good engine starts. Okay, let's check the electric page, and we have both generators providing power. That's very good. So we can kill the APU. Then the autobrake is coming to RTO. We have a flap 5 departure. Trim is set 5.5. Already transponder is 1000. This goes to weather and turbulence. Flying offline today, so no worry about ATC at all. And then we just do the flight control check. Full left, full right, neutral, full up, full down, neutral, rudder, full left, full right, neutral. Before taxi checklist, anti-ice is not required. Recall is checked. Flight controls are checked. Ground equipment is clear. And then the before takeoff checklist, flaps position 5 checked as well. Completed. Good. Turn off taxi lights. And then off we go. Very, very nice. Okay, left-hand turn. I think I'm going a little bit fast. We can set traffic and weather, and then we can take traffic and terrain over here. Yeah, it's nice to at least have a weather radar again flying in P3D. Still not implemented for Microsoft Flight Sim at this point in time. Okay, let's take... Oh, where's the other aircrafts going? Looks like there's not too much action at the moment. But yeah, let's do it like discussed. So right hand turn here and then down on Tango all the way. Easy. Alright, we are getting here. Let's put this to TARA. Navigation display is set. Looks like the approach is free at the moment, so we can pretty much get going straight away. This airport is crazy in terms of cargo operations. There's a cargo aircrafts all along the way. Okay, let's slow down for this final turn. And then let's assume we are cleared for takeoff. So all the lights coming on, looking good. And then we will be on our way to Bahrain on German cargo 520. Yeah, the shadows are already getting quite long. So it's evening time here. And I'm very much looking forward to this departure at this point in time. Look at this, there's the passenger terminal over there, but this looks very empty. Okay guys, let's do it. Starting the timer. Finishing the line up. Like that, and then we are off. Power coming up, 50%. Toga. We have LNAV and VNAV armed.
On taxiway. On taxiway.
Disregard. 80 knots. No call outs. Okay. Yeah, I can feel the wind coming in from the right hand side a little bit, but nothing crazy. It's really high speed takeoff.
V1.
Rotate. Ooh, we use quite a lot of that runway. And we're airborne, gears coming up. This is so cool. Beautiful aircraft. Okay, climb power. Let's speed up a bit. And let's put the autopilot on. Very straightforward departure. And flaps 1. And flaps up. Okay, speed 250, let's keep it climbing. Flight level 320 or 330, I forgot. 330. Yeah, of course, going eastbound. And let's turn those, turn off the taxi, and also the nose light can come off. Nice, looking very good. It's a little bit shaky, but nothing crazy. And then we can complete the after takeoff checklist, which is all green. After takeoff checklist completed. And so that's that already. And now we can also see the our departure back up into Dresden BOR. Very good. Standard, standard. Nice. Yeah, so really beautiful departure, and just as we are about to head into the right-hand turn, I'm going to put you into music and cruise mode, and then I will meet you over for our approach planning into Bahrain. Enjoy. Welcome back everyone to the flight deck, and yeah, here we are descending into Bahrain, and we are already below flight level 100. Landing lights are switched on. We have now a flight time of 4 hours and 36 minutes. So yeah, really fairly short flight for 777. And yeah, sorry, I was just noticing that the ETA time, which you're seeing there on the overlay, that's incorrect. That's my local time of recording. So disregard that. Zim local time, or not local time, but Zim Zulu time is 21:55. Certainly a nighttime landing into Bahrain here today. Right, so we are actually going to be landing on runway 12 left. Previously I was expecting runway 32? Yeah, 32 I think. And yeah, but in fact it's gonna be landing runway 12 left, and we can quickly have a look at the weather. So we have now wind 5 knots from 120, so straight on the nose, cavalcade 30 degrees, and QNH is 1000. Transition level was flight level 150, which we've passed already, so we are on local altimeters. Other than that, very nice weather here at Bahrain. And we are flying the Kobok arrival, not this one exactly, but rather this one, the Kobok 1 RNF arrival. So technically it would take us to Ilelo and then this bit of a detour coming back to Al Ras, and then on the final approach depending on traffic. But since it seems to be fairly empty at the moment, I've left the flight plan unchanged for now, but I've given us an altitude constraint for Ilelo below 5,000 feet, since from there on it's not super far to go. So if we are below 5,000 there, then we can nicely take it direct onto the final approach and do the landing on runway 12. That's at least the plan. And here's the airport, so we will vacate anything down here, Alpha 5, Alpha 6, Alpha 7. I think this is our target area. We're on an auto brake 2. And then we can also taxi down the other runway, which they do quite often. And the cargo apron is back here. So yeah, coming down on Alpha, which is the runway November, and then some of these Charlie stands over here. Right, and then last but not least, the ILS runway 12. And you can see from this point on it's 10 miles, and we have this one on the navigation display as well. There it is. So from here on it's gonna be 10 miles. Now it's 15 to there, so we have 25 track miles pretty much. And I think what I will do now is I will start to go heading select, and then we can nicely turn. Let's go 210 down to 5,000, and let's see, here we are as low as 1,500. Okay, so we can keep descending. Very good. Yeah, no traffic on the radar whatsoever, so that should be good. What else can we do? We can arm the speed brakes. Out brake is set position 2. We can update the final approach speed 147, which is set +5, makes it 152. So fairly high speed, but that's of course due to the rather high weight which we are still carrying, since we have a fairly high zero fuel weight. Okay, and then go around very straightforward, 120, which is runway heading to 2,500, contact ATC, minimum sector altitude 2,000, since it's all like ocean and yeah, no serious terrain around. Right, let's consider slowing down. Yes, it's 14 miles to the runway, a few more track miles than this, but I think it's a good time to slow down. And then let's go flaps 1, speed check flaps 1. Yes, we have the wing lights on just to make it nice and bright outside. Okay, let's slow down a bit more. Flaps 5, speed checked, flaps 5. And then we can cruise in with 190 knots. Let's go vertical speed. I want to descend a bit faster than that. We are slightly above the glide slope, which we need to fix. And now, yeah, we need to turn. It's going to be fairly tight turn from this point on. Now we can go flight level change as well. Localizers armed. Now we have 12 miles. Ooh, what's going on? What was that? Okay, localizers captured. That was super weird. Was that I don't know, maybe weather injection or something? Interesting. Anyway, approach mode. Glide slope should be captured any second. Let's go flap 15. Now we slightly missed the glide slope, but it's okay, we are coming back in. And now there's some aircraft departing. I can see that on the navigation display. Okay, let's hope AI traffic is kind to us today. Nine miles to go. Still slightly high. I don't know why the aircraft's refusing to catch on the glide. Okay, let's drop the gear. Out glide slope, there it is, and go around was, I think, 2,500. That's set. So turn off and taxi lights are coming on. Flap, what is it, 20? I think is the next one. 20, there it is. 152. 6 miles to go. It looks closer, and it is closer. Look at the navigation display. That's like 4 miles, and here it says 6 miles, and it looks more like 4 miles. I have this on a few airports in P3D, and I've never figured out what's causing this, but I think this DME reading is wrong.
1,000.
Yeah, 1,000 only. Yeah, we're low. Okay. All good. Flaps full. Landing checklist. I forgot the descent checklist entirely. Approach as well, but that's done. Oh, now it's not giving it. Okay, let's disregard, but we are close now. So let's take the aircraft like this. Manual thrust. My aircraft. So let's do it. A little bit more power.
Approaching minimums. 300.
A little bit low, correcting.
Minimums.
Continue. Okay, back on the profile. I'm rather following the glide slope instead of the palm piece.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Okay, flare, come on. Yes, there we are. 272, that's okay, not the best one, but it's okay. Oh, what are those lags? What's going on? I had reverse, will do. Okay, here we are. Let's do some manual braking. Idle forward, and let's take this exit. Okay, yeah, 272 feet, that's okay. That's not a cruiser, but I've had worse, definitely. And yeah, I think the approach was okay. I was just bit thrown off by this DME indication, showing a lot more than it actually was. Okay, quick cleanup. Flaps are coming up. Auto brakes coming off. Speed brakes are coming back in. Landing lights. And strobes. Let's leave wing and logo lights on just for the looks, really.
Approaching. 1, 2, right.
Yeah, so now we are taxiing on the runway, but I think it's the old runway. I don't think they are still using it. Although I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. Okay, flight directors.
On runway. 30. Left. 2,700.
It's giving me the callouts, but I think it's correct. Okay, so here we are. This is coming to TA only. Weather radar. Oh no, we can turn it off here. Weather radar. Airport traffic. What do we have here? Terrain, traffic like this. Okay. Right. So let's just head down to the parking, and then that's it. Okay, we are on November. Our stand is back there, so let's kill some lights now. Wing as well. Just need to taxi in there. Yeah, there was a BA777 just lining up for departure. Maybe we can see it somewhere. No, not quite yet. It's a bit tight here on this cargo apron. sure we're getting good parking here. And there we are. Parking brake APU is on, should be running. So killing engines 2 and 1, block time 5 hours and 6 minutes. Did I kill the power? No, I did not kill the power. Okay, APU is running. That's good. So we have the beacons, seatbelts, fuel pumps coming off. Then we have the hydraulics like that. APU bleed is on. Looking good on the overhead. Window heats can come off, I believe. 30 degrees outside. And then just asking for deboarding. And yeah, the checklists. I entirely forgot the checklist early on. Let's do override. Override, and then we should be left with the shutdown checklist there. This parking brake is on, and that's fine for the moment. Alrighty folks, and here we are in Bahrain. Welcome once again, and thank you so much for tuning in on this full flight video. Certainly good to be back in P3D for some nice long haul aircrafts, especially the 777. I think it's still my favorite aircraft in P3D, next to the FS Labs of course, but yeah, always fun to fly. And as I've mentioned before, let's see if this turns out to be sort of full-blown world tour in the AeroLogic, but I can't tell now. It also depends on what's coming up in Microsoft Flight Sim and other releases, which of course take their time as well. But yeah, thank you so much for joining. As always, feel free to like, subscribe, or leave comments down below. I'm always very curious to look at those. And other than that, take good care. See you next time. Bye bye.